We are going to the Palace of Versailles, or in French, Chateau De Versailles, is a former royal residence located in Versailles, about 12 miles or 19 kilometers west of Paris, France. The palace is owned by the French Republic and has since 1995 been managed under the direction of the French Ministry of Culture by the public establishment of the Palace Museum and National Estate of Versailles. 15 million people visit the palace, park, or gardens of Versailles every year, making it one of the most popular tourist attractions in the world. Louis XIII built a simple hunting lodge on the site of the Palace of Versailles in 1623 and replaced it with a small chateau in 1631 to 34. Louis XIV expanded the chateau into a palace in several phases from 1661 to 1715. He decided to turn Versailles into a full-scale royal residence. It was a favorite residence for both kings, and in 1682, Louis XIV moved the seat of his court and government to Versailles, making the palace the de facto capital of France. Louis XV and XVI, who primarily made interior alterations to the palace, but in 1789 the royal family and capital of France returned to Paris. Napoleon Bonaparte, following his takeover of France, used Versailles as a summer residence from 1810 to 1814 but did not restore it. The Palace of Versailles is currently owned by the French state. Its formal title is the Public Establishment of the Palace, Museum, and National Estate of Versailles. Since 1995, it has been run as a public establishment with an independent administration and management supervised by the French Ministry of Culture. The palace have the state apartments of the king. The Salon of Hercules. This was originally a chapel. It was rebuilt beginning in 1712 under the supervision of the first architect of the king, Robert de Cotte, to showcase two paintings by Paolo Veronese, Eleazar and Rebecca and Meal at the house of Simon the Parisi, which was a gift to Louis XIV from the Republic of Venice in 1664. The painting on the ceiling, The Apotheosis of Hercules by François Lemoyne, was completed in 1736 and gave the room its name. The Salon of Abundance. The Salon of Abundance was the antechamber to the Cabinet of Curios, now the Games Room, which displayed Louis XIV's collection of precious jewels and rare objects. Some of the objects in the collection are depicted in René Antoine House's painting Abundance and Liberty 1683, located on the ceiling over the door opposite the windows. The Salon of Venus. This salon was used for serving light meals during evening receptions. The principal feature in this room is Jean Warren's life-size statue of Louis XIV in the costume of a Roman emperor. On the ceiling in a gilded oval frame is another painting by House, Venus Subjugating the Gods and Powers, 1672 to 1681, Trompe l'oeil paintings and sculptures around the ceiling illustrate mythological themes. The Salon of Mercury. The Salon of Mercury was the original state bedchamber when Louis XIV officially moved the court and government to the palace in 1682. The bed is a replica of the original commissioned by King Louis Philippe in the 19th century when he turned the palace into a museum. The ceiling paintings by the Flemish artist Jean Baptiste de Champagne depict the god Mercury in his chariot drawn by a rooster, and Alexander the Great and Ptolemy surrounded by scholars and philosophers. The automaton clock was made for the king by the royal clockmaker Antoine Morand in 1706. When it chimes the hour, figures of Louis XIV and fame descend from a cloud. There are also the Salon of Mars, Salon of Apollo, and Diana.
Which which one is more good? Macaroon here in Paris or macaroon in Switzerland?
Macaroon in Paris is more creamy.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be in Paris.
You will also see here the private apartments of the king and queen, their bedchamber, the gilded cabinet of Marie Antoine, and billiard room of Marie Antoine. What you see now is the Garden of Versailles. I hope you like our video today. Don't forget to like and subscribe.